The change in the CBD is huge, and the downstream effects of that are going to be equally huge.
Oh, is this all going to be bars, is it? I expect to see more bottles.
1868, the good people of Christchurch woke to the Waimakariri's, one of its flood channels flowing through Cathedral Square. Because if you imagine, before the river was constrained by stock banks, if you turn on the hose and leave it laid out on your lawn, it just flays around going wherever it wants to. And the rivers pre-European times did exactly that. The Christchurch area just inhaled like a rather big lung of water, absorbing that flood channel and then slowly releasing it out. Food doesn't just feed the physical, it also feeds the emotional and the spiritual. Essentially, living here, you had this huge larder right at your doorstep. It was like living next door to Pack and Save, I guess.
The 1840s maps showed the complexity of the waterways. The earthquakes were a great reminder that we can learn from nature. They showed us, like, we got all these cracks and they were all where there were old levees.
It's been turned into what I consider as an iconic but uniform width and uniform depth drain, just as a means to get stormwater away from occupied areas, down into the river and then away out to sea.
They planted all of this area from the river right through to Kilmore Street, from Manchester to Madras. Look at this ancient rata. This must have been one of the first plantings. Isn't it fantastic? Post-war, there was a big change to sort of tidiness, puritanical work ethic, pretty. A move away from local native plants to more effusive exotic plants.
Right, there's a red here. You can see where the female fish has been disturbing the gravel to cover the eggs. The eggs, in fact, are in the gravel mound here. We still have 7 species of fish which reside through the CBD. 3 species of native bully, 2 species of eels. We have brown trout and we have lamprey. The thing about the hard banks is they lack the natural refuges for fish. Fish need natural hiding places. The amount of cover is often determines the fish abundance in areas like this.
So eels can get under there?
Yep, in fact one just bit my finger. Here he is.
Oh, you can always tell where people have been feeding eels because they drop their spoon or their fork. Would I eat food out of this river? Not yet.
Over the last 20 or 30 years we've lost all the mayflies, and this is an effect that they call urban syndrome, which is global, possibly from a mixture of the cocktail of urban contaminants which are untreated, which enter the river. We still have direct stormwater inputs going into the river, and they are going to limit the potential for the river.
The de rigueur form of cladding lately seems to be copper, and there's a lot of zinc. Now both of those metals react with water and the heavy metals find their way into the river. King Edward Barracks site and the old Christchurch police station. So the idea is that all of the stormwater from the site is channeled into this area, it's filtered and then goes down into a capture network where it then flows down, treated, into the stormwater network. And this actually is intended to replicate a braided river system. It's an example where Ngai Tahu are walking the walk after they've talked the talk.
I certainly would like a more natural setting. Hard surfaces don't provide the filtering and cleansing function that would otherwise be here.
There's abundance of natural springs through the central city. We could be utilising them. This area here could be wetland. This would provide wetlands that could be cleansing the waters. It could be a beautiful area.
Kahikatea forest growing alongside the river, massive plantings of native vegetation, bellbirds and tuis and wood pigeon nesting in the trees, and when tourists and even Christchurch citizens come down to the river, they actually see some of that stuff that's intrinsically, quintessentially New Zealand.